Something smells kind of funny, and I think it's the Marvel news.
It's been a charming interlude.
Marvel News, episode 45, Pride in Uselessness.
Hey folks, how you doing? Comic Book Man here. Welcome to my video outhouse. It's time once again for Marvel News. And joining me once again for Marvel News in the Marvel Room at Alternate Reality is...
Bo, hello. How are you?
Bo, hello, how are you?
Man, it's sweaty in here.
And Marvel News is, of course, coming to you from Alternate Reality, which is located at the intersection of 111th and Kenzie, beautiful downtown Mount Greenwood. Alternate Reality, where all new comics are 15% off every day for everyone. Even all the comics that Jack Kirby created for Marvel Comics, which he took him to court for. Actually, he didn't. He's dead. But which his family took him to court for. And what's up with that?
People were wondering when Disney was going to get involved in this whole legal thing. They got involved with it this week. They sent a memo to the judge asking the court to delay ordering of an accounting for profits of the properties Kirby either created or co-created, because they go, since we haven't determined whether he has a copyright claim or not, how can you come up with monetary damages? They also want Disney...
Sounds like legalese.
Well, it's all legalese. Disney also wants to dismiss the Kirby family's claim about unreturned artwork, which basically walked out of the offices, and Marvel can't get that back. Yeah. They also said, how can you complain about not getting credit for the Incredible Hulk movie and the X-Men Origins Wolverine film when you didn't create Wolverine?
No, but there were other characters that he had a finger in.
As?
Well, I don't know. Well, in the Hulk movie, yeah.
Well, the Hulk movie, yeah. But basically,
in the Wolverine movie, I mean, you had all those mutants in the thing. He didn't create. He wasn't responsible for Deadpool or Wolverine, but there were other mutants in there too.
So, but that they basically filed a memo. They've entered the fight. We were assuming the judge is going to make a decision one way or the other by the end of the year.
Okay. Next up, Ghost Rider. Ghost Rider. This guy, you may not have heard about this. This is a story that I just heard about when Bo mentioned it to me. But apparently this was in court too over rights claims from Mike Friedrich.
And Gary Friedrich.
Gary Friedrich, I'm sorry.
In 2007, he sued Marvel because he wanted the copyright taken from them and given to his comic company. Well, he doesn't have a comic company, but he wanted it to be given to him because they're still going to do a Ghost Rider 2. Yeah. Whether Nick Cage is involved or not, Ghost Rider 2 is still coming, and he's popping about other media. The court basically said, they said, Gary, we hate to break this news to you, but when you created Ghost Rider, you were working for Marvel, and the contract you signed clearly states it's work for hire. You can't claim something that you know you created for somebody else. Yeah. So they threw him out of court. They said, forget it. So he joins Marv Wolfman, who tried to do the same thing with Blade. They went, you knew what you were doing. You knew you were working for a company. You knew they were going to do these comics, and you're not going to be able to get rights to them because you created them for the company you're working for. You did get a check. They didn't pay you in nickels or booze.
So there.
And how much money could you get off a Ghost Rider anyway?
So go out of a dumpster. Marvel isn't kid. So,
and actually by suing, their dumpster, he could have gotten the co-credit and maybe gotten a check, but he sued him, so they're like, well, screw you, dude.
Hey, Gary, McDonald's throws their food out every 4 hours. Just hang on the dumpsters. You'll be fine. Captain America Forever Allies is coming. It's a miniseries from Marvel featuring Cap and done by...
Roger Stern,
yes,
Nick Dragata, and Marco Santucci. It's
going to
be Marco Santucci.
Ooh.
He's an artist that Marvel found in one of their talent searches.
Oh, okay.
From another country.
C.B. Smolsky's
talent search. The limited series is going to show the current Captain America, James Barnes, tracking down an old enemy, the last enemy of the Young Allies team that he was a member of, and the series will include flashbacks from an earlier adventure. So Dragata's going to draw the stuff set back during World War II, which involves Zeppelins and Hollywood and Nazis, and Santucci's going to draw the modern-day story. And Stern says that he's got a lot more work for Marvel coming up, including some more Spider-Man stuff.
Okay.
So Stern is a guy who basically, remember they had the comment a long time about old dinosaurs?
Roger Stern, I think, was one of the people they were lumping into.
Stern was one of those old dinosaurs. Stern has wandered back from the swamps, and Roger Stern is getting work on a regular basis from Marvel.
Good. Roger Stern's a good writer.
And he's a damn good writer.
He's a damn good writer. And he should be getting more work. Last story we've got involves Thor. What's up with Thor?
Well, the plan was...
Because I can't read this fast enough.
The plan was that Matt Fraction and Pasquale Ferry were to take over the book with the issue after the 611. Mm-hmm. Marvel said, why don't we let Ferry... It'll give Ferry a chance to draw at least about 4 or 5 issues, so we got a lot in the can. And so they asked Kieran Gillen, Doug Braithwaite, and Rich Elson to stick around. And so the arc that follows this Siege epilogue will have Thor going to Hell to rescue fallen comrades, because if you picked up that a list book, Loki made a deal with Mephisto about protecting Hell, and now Hell's coming to collect on the debt.
Wouldn't that be Hela?
Hela, actually,
the Norse gods?
Hela is in it, but basically what happens is if the Hela is actually going to be on Thor's side of this. They're going to end up having to fight together because Hela doesn't want the people who want to take over Hell in charge of it either.
Because she wants to be in charge.
She
of it.
wants to be in charge of it, and apparently she's going to be a much nicer ruler of hell than
Well,
any other people are.
she is the Norse aspect of the ruler of hell.
Yep.
He's
And
done
for-
this already, you know.
And for those of you who know your mythology, hell in many mythologies is not a bad place.
No,
It's the place where people go when they die. It's just called hell. Okay, and Pluto. Okay,
Pluto's down there.
it's not in a lot of mythologies. It's not all flames and fire and people screaming and in torment. It's just the afterworld. It's only in Christian doctrine where it's a terrible
And
place.
even though Loki is no longer with us, he will be in those 4 issues.
And I'm banking on all that because I'm going straight to hell when I die. So I'm hoping it's going to be a nice place.
It's Norse, you know.
So
be nice with you.
Anyway, yeah, it'll be nice with
There are
me.
palm trees and drinks with umbrellas. and all
Just so
that.
long as there's women in leather, that's all I care about.
No, it's
So,
warm down there. No, I don't think there's any leather going on.
so stop off at the store's website if you want to read more about women in leather and more Marvel news.
You got a website about women in
What?
I never saw that.
That's the secret part of the
Maybe
website.
they'll go. But you can read all about that at the store's website, and there's one little girl here to tell you all about where the store's website is, and that, of course, is Sarah.
Am I gonna have to hold your hand forever? www.maralternatelreality.com.
So stop off at the store's website, check out all the news that he sends me that I post up, and until next time, this is Comic Book Man, who is so glad that this is the last one because it's
God.
110 degrees.
It's
in
really
here.
sweaty in here.
It's 110 degrees in here.
However, I am refreshed. I am the very refreshed Bo because I'm wearing a collarless shirt and a shirt that breathes.
And no pants.
And no pants! But
Marvel's rebooted the entire Avengers line, and to celebrate, the hero of the month this month is the Avengers. That's right, all of my Avengers trade paperbacks are 25% off this month. New, Mighty, Initiative, West Coast, Masterworks, soft covers, hard covers, East Coast, West Coast, Justice League. No, not Justice League. All of my Avengers trade paperbacks are 25% off all month long to celebrate, so don't you dare miss it. Stop down. That'll be from the first of the month to the last of the month, all month long.